Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch is an FPJ LineSport Octa Sport Titanium 42. So made from 2014 to about 2018, the 42mm titanium LineSport watches are incredibly rare. While many folks think the aluminum models are actually more exclusive because they were discontinued, well, so were the 42 titaniums. And whereas there are about 750 examples of the 42mm Octa Sport and Sontograph Sport in aluminum, there's only 246 examples of the titanium 42mm Sontograph and Octa Sport. And in fact, the Octa Sport in titanium 42mm was only made in 174 pieces, so you can tell how rare this watch is. Taking a look at it, it's very light. You can't see, but it's 67.33 grams with an uncut strap. It'll be considerably lighter once you cut the strap. 42 millimeters in diameter, it's only 11 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip, 49 millimeters. We'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. Very comfortable. Flat flush, it'll slide under a cuff. It's designed with good enough manners and a low enough profile that you could absolutely wear it formally, so don't worry about needing a separate dress watch. This will easily provide the graces required. And I would say if you look at the edge of the case and how much distance I've got here, you probably wear this on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference, maybe even 13 and a half if your wrist is really flat across the top. The strap is large in charge, well integrated to the case, and fairly thick. When I say it's large and in charge, I mean I can't imagine this ever tearing through, so it should provide years and years of service, maybe even a decade. LineSport custom molded into the strap, which has a matte finish. You can see it is fixed to the case using screws and bars for security. We have plenty of pre-scored segments that can be cut. There's an FPJ monogram on the bottom. And then we've got a clasp that is made of titanium. You can see internally we have these spring-loaded ball bearing pin snaps so that it has snappy tight tolerances when closed. And then there's rubber on the exterior of the clasp as well as the exterior of the case to help protect the finish. Now you can see this is a pre-owned watch. There are some marks. You can only see them from certain angles when they catch the light. For example, here you can see there's a little bit of abrasion on the bezel. You can also see there's a little bit of a mark on the bevel of the case here. Small things. This watch is not mint condition, but it's an excellent original. And you can see that the timepiece is a sports watch through and through. There's no shortage of luminescence. That it does well. And you can see if you get very close that the numerals themselves are solid blocks of luminova. They're not printed, they're appliqué, they're chunks of lume placed on the dial. Okay, taking a look now at the rest of the features of the dial. Although these are titanium 42s, the titanium 42s still have aluminum dials and aluminum movements, and that helps to keep the weight down. So we've got an aluminum dial, applique numerals, we've got these lovely Journe style hands, we've got a flush disc big date, 2 discs with a quick set, power reserve indicator, 120 hours is the chronometric power reserve, 160 is the number of hours until it actually stops. And then we've got a little smoked sapphire for sub-seconds with a media blasted and screw fixed bezel, and then what's sometimes described as the bean by FPJ collectors. It's a day-night indicator, and so some people call it the kidney, some people call it the bean. Now it's indicating 8 a.m., for example, and if it goes all the way around the dial, then it would indicate a return to the night, and it would turn red again. 3 Hz beat rate, 5 position adjusted, free sprung for durability and precise adjustment. You can see it is a full aluminum movement. It is a large caliber at over 30 millimeters in diameter. I believe it's 30.4 millimeters in diameter, 5 position adjusted, which is the high horology and chronometer standard. We've got a unique rotor here that's only featured on the LineSport Octa 1300s. And we have a large balance. Well, it does not have a high beat rate. It does have a very large amount of inertia, and thus it makes up in inertia what it lacks in beat rate. A single large mainspring Journe solution to provide that 120-hour chronometric power reserve without multiple barrels was to make the spring very long at over 1 meter and very, very thin at under 1 millimeter. And so there's a big flat torque plateau between full wind and 120 hours elapsed. So you just want to wind it every 120 hours and you'll get more or less constant force to the escapement, which is an impressive feat. You can see how these LineSport movements in the aluminum and the titanium watches feature solid aluminum bridges and plates. Not easy to do, to cut this and finish it. It actually looks quite good, and I give Journe a great deal of credit for that. We have circular Côte de Genève, we have snailing, beveling, engine turning, satination on the wheels, and polished screw heads. It's 30 meters water resistant, so you don't want to take it deep in submergence. I've seen them used for swimming. I don't recommend it given the value, but they are very light, they are sweat proof, they are rain proof, splash proof, and very well loomed. So if you want something that's immensely collectible from one of the most consequential modern independent watchmakers, there's a great way to do it. Reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.